Hello there. My name is Ajiboye Isaac, and we want to look at correction to the classwork given in the previous note on solution sets of quadratic inequality in one variable. Okay, so here we have find the solution set 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. So solution. As you know, the first thing would be to find the factors of the quadratic expression. You factorize it, all right? So in doing that, we have 3x squared minus 6x plus x minus 2 greater than or equals to 0. Then we group in and pair, okay? So we have 3x squared minus 6x, open bracket and close, plus open bracket, x minus 2 close bracket, greater than or equals to 0. Please note that once I group and pair in my factorization, you must have plus a positive sign between the two brackets. Otherwise, it will mean that you're multiplying, and that will be incorrect. So make sure that when you group in pair, put a plus sign, a positive sign in between your brackets. It is very, very important. Otherwise, you are writing a different expression entirely. Okay, so if you look in the first bracket, something is common, you bring out what is common, and that is common is 3x. So you bring 3x out, you have open bracket x minus 2 left, plus in the other bracket 1 is common, all right, so that you can get the same thing in the other bracket. So you have x minus 2 open bracket and close. So your factors of the quadratic expression therefore are 3x plus 1, open bracket and close, then x minus 2, open bracket and close. So this expression simply means that you're multiplying two things and you're getting a positive number. Something greater than 0 means it is positive. So there are only two cases, two possible ways that can be done. If you multiply two things and you're getting a positive number, it simply means that both numbers must be positive, or both number must be negative for you to have a positive number. Now, either 3x plus 1 is positive, that is 3x plus 1 is greater than 0, and x minus 2 is positive, that is x minus 2 is greater than 0. Solving those linear equations will result to 3x greater than or equals to minus 1 and x greater than 2. When the minus 2 crosses the equality sign, becomes plus. And also, finally, you have x greater than or equals to minus 1 over 3. When you divide both sides by 3, the first linear expression, and x is greater than or equal to 2. That's the first case. That's the solution of the first case when both numbers are positive. The solution for the second case when both numbers are negative, that is 3x plus 1 is less than 0 and x minus 2 is less than 0. That means 3x is less than minus 1 and x is less than or equal to 2. So the solution set therefore for the second case where the two numbers are negative are x is less than or equals to minus 1 over 3 and x is less than or equals to 2. So it simply means that the zeros of this quadratic solution set or this quadratic expression are minus 1 over 3 and 2. So if we definitely draw the graph is going to appear like a U. Why will it appear like a U? Because the coefficient of x squared is positive. That is, the coefficient of x squared is 3. All right, and that 3 is positive. So the quadratic graph will appear like a U. It's a parabolic U. Okay, and then the U or the graph, the curve will cut the x-axis at the zeros, which is minus 1 over 3 and 2. Now, the quadratic inequality wants us to find the values where the quadratic expression is greater than 0. That is where it is positive. And as we have stated in our notes, that above x-axis are positive. So you can see this shaded region. Those are the regions where the graph is positive. Okay, and those are before minus 1 over 3 and after 2. Hence, the solution set is x before minus 1 over 3, which is x less than or equals to minus 1 over 3, and x after 2, that is x greater than or equal to 2. And if we display that on a number line, we have that display right there. Let's look at another example. So we're asked to find the solution set of 2 minus x squared greater than or equals to 0. Of course, the first thing to do will be to factorize the quadratic expression. That's usually the first step. Now, in factorizing the quadratic expression, we simply, do product and sum just to get the b, and that will give us 2 minus x squared greater than 0 will therefore become 2 plus x minus 2x minus x squared greater than or equals to 0. You will notice that plus x minus 2x will give us minus x. Now, you will group and pair. So we group them in pairs, all right? So we open bracket 2 plus x, close bracket, plus open bracket x minus, open bracket minus 2x minus x squared, close bracket, greater than or equals to 0. Again, you will notice that once I introduce my bracket, I must include a plus sign between the brackets. It is very important. Now, something is common in the first bracket, that is 1. And something is common in the second bracket, which is minus x. If you factorize what is common out of the two brackets, you have 1 open bracket x, 2 plus x, close bracket, then minus x, open bracket x, 2 plus x, close bracket, greater than or equals to 0. So the factors of the quadratic expression, therefore, are open bracket 2 plus x, close bracket, open bracket 1 minus x, close bracket, both greater than or equal to 0. So you are multiplying two things and they are giving you a positive number. Again, it simply means that the two things that you're multiplying are positive, that is, they are both greater than 0. Or the two things you are multiplying are both negatives, that is, they are less than 0. Now, either 2 plus x is greater than or equals to 0, and 1 minus x is greater than or equals to 0. And those are two linear equations, two linear inequalities, I mean to say. So that x will now be greater than or equals to minus 2, and 1 will be greater than or equals to x. Alright, and if 1 is greater than or equals to x, it simply means that x is less than or equal to 1. So, on the other hand, when the two numbers are negative, 2 plus x is less than or equals to 0, and 1 minus x is less than or equals to 0. Solving the two linear inequality, we have x is less than or equals to minus 2, and 1 is less than or equal to x. And this is impossible. You can't say that x is less than minus 2, and then you are saying 1 is less than x. No. For instance, minus 3 is less than minus 2, and 1 is not less than minus 3. It is not right to say that 1 is less than minus 3, which is less than minus 2. It's not correct. Therefore, that expression, the second set of the solution set of the second case of the two numbers being negative, is impossible. Now, using graphical method, it therefore means that the zeros of the quadratic expression is minus 2 and 1. So drawing the graph will cut the x-axis as minus 2 and 1. However, if you look at the coefficient of x squared in the quadratic expression, it is negative, and that is minus 1. The coefficient of x squared in that quadratic expression is minus 1. And therefore, the graph will be an inverted U. That is, the U will be facing down. So we have that graph as a result of the fact that A is -1 and is less than 0. And then the graph is cutting the x-axis at -2 and 1, which implies the zeros. Now the quadratic inequality is asking you to find the values for which that graph is positive, and we have stated that above the x-axis are positives. That is, the graph will be positive above the x-axis and will be negative below the x-axis. So the region where the graph are positive is between -2 and 1. Hence, the solution set is -2 less than or equals to x and is less than or equals to 1. And if we display that on a number line, we have that. I want to commend the effort of those of you that made effort. It is good. Whether you get it right or wrong or not, it is important that you make attempts. Thereby, you will be improving. And also, you can go to my YouTube channel, MathZeek, for more videos. And I would recommend that you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get notification of new video uploads. There are several videos, and every day I upload videos so that you can improve in your mathematics learning. At the same time, you can also share the video with your friends and recommend to other learners. Also, I also render private lesson services. You can reach me if you need any. Thank you for listening.